Sup, it's Hallie. Welcome back to Branching Paths. When we last left off, we were here in the club they were like having a little moment making a banner and stuff. Yuri says, visibly fighting through her own embarrassment. What did Yuri say, for context?
Okay.
After about a half dozen tries, she finally gets it down to where she can do it with ease. Ah, that's right, he was like instructing her how to use this pencil for calligraphy or something.
Wow, I can't believe it. Thank you for your assistance, Shiro. I'm fortunate to have a good teacher.
Shiro nervously scratches his head.
Man, it must be getting hot in here. It was nothing. Glad I could help out.
Shiro stammers out. Yuri casually looks back at the banner.
Well, now the moment of truth is applying what I learned to the banner.
You got this. I believe in you.
Yuri smiles brightly as she takes her marker and begins writing on the banner. After about 10 suspenseful minutes of labor-intensive writing, Yuri lets out a sigh of relief as she sets her marker down and steps back to inspect her work.
Let's see it.
Shiro gets out his desktop to see the banner for himself. Gets out of his desk is what it should have said. Never mind.
Whoa, wow, looks great. This looks great.
I bet you it'll look even more impressive once we hang it up. Would you like to help me?
Yeah, sure. Where would you want to hang it?
I thought he would say hang it up, but he's just stopped at it.
Oh, just along the chalkboard, which should suffice.
Alrighty.
Yuri and Shiro walk over to the side of the room by the chalkboard.
Okay, now the trick is finding something to hang it with.
What about those magnets?
Shiro says, pointing to the top corner of the chalkboard.
Yes, those should do nicely.
Yuri attempts to reach up for one, but it is unfortunately just beyond her reach.
Oh, she's not able to reach it. No way I'm going to be able to. I'm not that much taller than her.
He's not taller than her.
Maybe there's a stool we can use.
Yeah, I'd rather not pull a Natsuki.
Pull a Natsuki?
Shiro asks bemusedly. Natsuki, who is deep into her manga under the windowsill, looks up slowly from behind the cover, staring leathily at Yuri. Yuri simply returns a deadpan stare as Natsuki slowly hides her face back from behind her manga.
Okay, then.
I'll be fine. The desk should be sturdy enough to support my weight.
You know, I can just...
Without another word, Yuri sets one foot on the chair and hoists herself up onto the desk, where she is easily able to reach for the magnets.
Man, what is it with short girls trying to prove they can get stuff down from high places? One of life's greatest mysteries.
Okay, can you hand me the banner?
Sure.
Shiro hands Yuri the banner, where she's able to successfully use the magnets to hang up the left side.
Alright then.
Shiro was about to walk over and hang up the right side, but instead Yuri gracefully tightrope walks across a few desks to get to the other side of the chalkboard. Yuri then hangs up the right side of the banner.
Okay, mission Eek!
Yuri steps back, but unfortunately for her, her leg goes right off the desk and her entire body falls backwards.
Yuri!
Shiro lunges forward to catch Yuri from hitting her head on the ground. Yuri slowly opens her eyes.
Shiro?
Yeah, it's me.
Monika, Sayori, and Natsuki look on at the commotion.
Oh, what happened? I seemed to have slipped, Monika. I'm alright. Thanks to Shiro.
Yuri's eyes gaze up at him. Their faces are only inches apart.
Her hair feels so soft, like I'm touching silk. I can smell the full weight of her lilac-scented perfume. It's truly intoxicating.
He feels his head begin to spin as the world around him tunes out as it focuses on Yuri.
I almost wish we can stay like this. And oddly enough, she's not clamoring to get back up either. Instead, we're just staring into each other's eyes aimlessly. No, this isn't right.
Shiro shakes off his dizziness.
Alright, well, let's get you standing back up then.
Just as Shiro is about to help Yuri, the door swings open. A familiar sulking figure steps into the room and immediately snaps his gaze to Shiro and Yuri.
Oh shit. Just what we needed.
Adrian stares at the two of them, a torrent of emotions on his face, as he processes what lays before him. Yuri quickly stands herself up.
Adrian, this isn't what it's...
I knew it.
Pardon?
At first I thought he was full of shit. I mean, when isn't he? But this... I got a feeling you two were up to something behind my back. This is all the proof I need. Thank you for listening to me this time.
Monika approaches Adrian from behind.
Adrian, calm down. She's telling the truth, and we saw everything. Yuri fell from the desk and Shiro caught her. There was no foul play.
It doesn't explain why they were making googly eyes at each other. Or the pictures I saw earlier.
I wasn't making...
What picture?
No, don't try to lie your way out of this, you guys. You were warned about hanging out with him.
Adrian says, angrily glaring back and forth between Yuri and Shiro.
He's trying to pull a fast one after you convinced me to save his fat ass. I'm done with this shit. You want him so bad? Have him, Yuri. Because if you don't want to listen to me, then we're done.
Adrian's words echo throughout the room as the oxygen is sucked out. It's almost quiet enough to hear the blood rushing in your body. Shiro turns to Yuri, clearly on the verge of tears. Shiro then turns to Adrian.
Dude, I don't know what's gotten into you, but you need to calm down. I wasn't pulling a fast one. I was literally saving her from a pretty bad injury.
Bullshit!
Oh, so you wanted me to drop her, is that it?
I warned you to stay away from Yuri, but you didn't listen.
Adrian begins to walk towards Shiro, but is suddenly pulled back by Monica.
Adrian, no. If you're going to act like this, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Go along and we'll talk about this later.
Oh, so you're taking his side, is that it?
Excuse me? I'm not taking anyone's side. I'm literally telling you what happened.
It's true, Adrian. Why are you acting so berserk all of a sudden? Berserk is spelled with an S.
Oh, great, you too?
Adrian, we're not lying to you. Just take a breather and calm down.
Calm down. My girl is hanging around a known creep who's been known to harass women left and right, including present company. Has his hands on my girl, literally something straight out of a fucking Disney movie. On top of that, I saw this.
Adrian says as he takes out the phone and shows it to Sayori. Sayori takes the phone from Adrian and examines it. She stares at it for a few seconds before handing it back.
I think you're overreacting. Yes, it might look bad out of context, but I'm sure
Was the last word reasonable?
there's a reasonable...
Yep.
Reasonable? No, Sayori, there's no reason to ever cheat. Especially after giving her all I had. 3 months, down the drain, just like that. How could you?
Yuri responds with a weak sniffle.
I didn't do anything.
You know exactly what you did, Yuri. I can't even stand to be in the same room as you.
Adrian,
Without another word, Adrian turns and walks out of the room, slamming the door behind him.
What the fuck, Adrian?
She rises to her feet, about to storm out after him. However, she's stopped by Sayori.
I'll talk some fucking sense into that hothead. Let me go.
Natsuki, no! Yoliana isn't going to change anything right now.
No, but my fists will.
Natsuki, enough. We don't need to make this worse.
As Monica and Sayori seek to bring Natsuki under control, Shiro turns to Yuri, who is barely holding herself together.
Yuri? Are you okay?
Yuri doesn't respond as she silently stares at the floor, tears dripping down her face.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I should have stayed away.
Shiro says defeatingly as he sinks into a chair. Would be defeatedly.
I don't know why he just snapped at you like that, but I know it's because of me. That's all I do. I just take good things and ruin it. You'll have every right to never talk to me again. I'll stay away if that's what you want.
Yuri is still silent, aside from an occasional sniffle. Then suddenly she sprints for the door.
Yuri!
Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki all turn just in time to see Yuri fly out the door. Shiro is about to chase after her until Monica suddenly cuts him off from leaving.
Oh, Shiro. I hate to say this, but this is their problem. Let them work it out. You being there will just make it worse.
Shiro angrily sighs as he turns around and returns to his desk. He shoves his backpack off the desk in anger as the three girls nervously pace the room, debating about what to do. Yuri frantically pushes open the doors to the rooftop.
If there was any place I could have gone to, it'd be here.
She quickly scans around the rooftop until she notices a slender, silhouetted figure leaning against the railing, looking out into the horizon. Yuri was immediately able to tell by the outline who it was.
Adrian?
Yuri calls out. Her cry falls on deaf ears. She then sprints across the rooftop, stopping once she reaches Adrian, who turns around to face her. The two lock eyes with each other, though Yuri quickly looks away, her face red with anguish as Adrian stares back with a cold scowl.
What do you want?
Tears resume flowing down Yuri's face.
What's gotten into you? Why? Why are you acting like this?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that my girl is in the arms of a certified creep who I said to stay away from.
It's not what it looked like.
I
fell from a desk. He saved me from hurting my head. Don't you care about my safety?
Of course I do. That's why I told you to stay away from that fat fucking bastard. Why you were on a desk to begin with is beyond me.
Yuri wipes away her fresh coat of tears from her face.
I was trying to hang up the club banner I was working on. Literally ask Monica, Natsuki, or Sayori. They can confirm the whole thing. You can go back to the room and see for yourself that there's a banner there. I'm not making this up, Adrian. Stop acting childish over this.
Yuri shouts, her voice croaks into a whisper.
You see, I might have been able to believe that if I weren't for this.
Adrian pulls out his phone and scrolls to the photos he had sent himself on Kai's phone.
Explain that. What are you two doing here, huh? Don't tell me he was trying to save your life or something.
Yuri feels a cold rush throughout her body.
This is what he's so worked up about. Where did you even get this from?
From Kai, of all people.
Him? You seriously believe him over me?
No, but when he shows photographic evidence, it's hard to dispute what he's telling me. Unless you mean to tell me that's not you two in that picture.
Yuri lets out a shaky sigh.
I was trying to cheer him up, that's all. This picture was taken in the middle of it.
Then why were you holding his hands?
That's...
Yuri struggles to find an answer.
It's true that I was just trying to cheer him up, but perhaps I shouldn't have done it that way. I was just trying to be nice to him. Do I really see him in that light?
I want to hear the truth come from you directly, Anderson. Are you cheating on me?
No, of course I'm not. Cheating is the most unforgivable act any human being could do to a loved one. I was raised not to cheat. I refuse to cheat. I am an honest person. I would never go out of my way to cheat on you, Adrian. I swear.
Adrian takes another look at the photo on his phone, scoffing before turning it off and pocketing it.
I want to believe you, I do. But you're attracted to Shiro now, aren't you?
What? Stop making ludicrous assumptions, Adrian. Shiro and I are just friends. That's all we are, and that's all I ever intend for us to be. My heart belongs to you. All that moment was my offering him my support and friendship. I know what it's like to be an outcast, Adrian. You and I both. I get that the photo looks compromising and looks bad without the proper context, but that's all it was, Adrian. I promise you.
Adrian scoffs again as he looks out into the horizon.
Hey, look at me.
She says as he takes Adrian's hands in hers. Her is. Adrian reluctantly looks back down at Yuri.
Please don't do this. Please don't break up with me. I don't want everything we've built together to be thrown away because of some stupid mid-understanding. You've helped me through some of my darkest moments. You've done so much for me. You showed me that I am not defined by my impulses. You finally made me feel like I was worth something to somebody. And I like to think I've had the same effect on you. You're the one and only one for me, Adrian. But I can't let you control me like this.
The dam finally breaks for Yuri as tears begin to flood down her eyes again.
Please, just whatever it is, let me help you. I don't want to lose you. I can't lose you. I love you.
Adrian stares motionlessly at Yuri as she begins to break down and sob uncontrollably.
I love you, Adrian Hart. Please, stay with me. I'll do anything. Just please, don't make me feel alone in this cruel world again.
Adrian gently pulls away from Yuri as she crumples to her knees. He wistfully looks again over the horizon. He lets out a heavy sigh.
I know you love me, Yuri. I love you too, even now. But the only way I can be convinced to stay with you is that you end your friendship with Shiro Robillard. That is the only condition I have.
Yuri wipes the tears away from her eyes.
What is it with you and him? Please, tell me.
Are you fucking serious? Have you not been paying attention this whole time? It's because of him that we're in this shit. I told you to stay away from him for that specific reason. It has nothing to do with the fact that I personally don't like him. I barely care about anyone in this fucking school. They can all burn in hell for all I care. I tolerate their existence. I wanted you to stay away from Shiro because drama follows him wherever he goes. Look at Kai, look at Monica, look at Michael in the anime club, look at us now. They all have one common denominator, Shiro. He's bad news, Yuri, and you being around him has affected your judgment. Defending Randy Barrett of all people, Kai's fucking #1 henchman? What planet are you on?
Yuri stands up.
I'm not blinded by past hatred for others, Adrian. Yes, Shiro did bad things in the past. Okay, fine, but he's done nothing to me, and I have no reason to dislike him.
You're missing the point. It's not about disliking him. I'm not asking you to hate him. I didn't want you two around each other because I didn't trust what was going to happen. And you know what? I was right.
You fulfilled your own prophecy, Adrian. If you trusted me to respect and enforce the boundaries of our relationship myself with the friends I made, then we wouldn't be in this mess if you had just kept your cool. I won't let myself be controlled like that. I'm perfectly capable of making my own decisions and judging other people's character. Yes, their past actions matter, but if they've changed, there's no reason to hold that against them.
You're so blind, Yuri. People don't change like that. Once you're a certain way, you just don't come back from that. Shiro's one of those people. He's a creep, a failure, and a degenerate. He always will be. Maybe he's gotten better at masking his intentions, but I've been around enough people like that to see through for what it is. You always try to look for the good in people and assume the best. That kind of thinking has gotten people killed.
Can't you just talk to him? You can't make peace or reach some understanding with him?
I did. I told him I wanted him to keep away from you, too, and you both ignored my wishes. There's nothing good about Shiro, and talking to him now wouldn't change anything.
Good. You forget I saw the good in you, too. But maybe I've misjudged.